What up, y'all? Yeah, man. What up? What up? What up? Peace to the nigga nation. All that good stuff. Uh, now, the past couple of days, well, I guess, well, I just recently, I just myself saw, uh, the clip on Vlad. You know, Boosie goes on Vlad TV a lot. Where Boosie was being addressed by Vlad about, and I really don't understand why it's such a, unless Vlad had this video for, Vlad, he trickles out his video clips. Where Vlad asks Boosie about how T.I. had came out and said that once upon a time he was facing some charges, so he needed a way to try to either diminish his charges or get out of trouble. So he said T.I. said that he had a cousin. I guess his cousin had been active in some criminal activity, and I guess had to be some heavy criminal activity for what Tip said that his cousin gave him permission to do. Tip said that his cousin gave him permission to confess to the police his crimes in order to swap out some what's the word I'm looking for, some judicial relief in regards to getting him either released from his crimes or whatever, a lesser sentence. Okay, and I myself, I heard this shit like way back in the beginning of the December. So now it's coming out that Boosie is upset. He said, well, and Boosie and his brother, because they sons call each other's cousins or what have you. His brother-in-law or brother uh, said that the album that they done together, the joint album they done together, ain't gonna come out because he stand on the fact that he don't fuck with snitches. Okay, that's fine. I guess if you claim the life of the streets, then perhaps you would not be friendly to those who are considered snitches. So he goes on and says, why he come out with it now, blah 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 blah. You know, did that snitching? Whatever. I don't know verbatim what the man was on. I saw the clip one time, but I don't know verbatim. But Boosie was very very upset. Now I also read later on in the day, or earlier today, I should say, where told Tappin Tip, Clifford, uh, 1-800 Crime Stoppers. He came out and he was upset. He was angry, and he went on one of his verbose, heavily vocabulary word laden tirades and on social media and said, that I don't have to explain myself to nobody. Nobody's opinion matters to me. I'm the king. Da 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 da. So and we supposed to be this, that, and the third. And one of the good points that he made was, hey man, you got my number. So if you got Boosie, I'm asking Boosie, if you got Tip number, then why is it that you couldn't pick up the phone, even if she what really would have been called, what really, 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 really would have been called if Boosie called Tip while he was in the interview with Vlad and let Tip explain what the situation and circumstances that caused him to be one that had to make revelations in front of the police precinct in order to avoid corrections. I can't even do that, nigga. All them words. I know a lot of words. I can't do that, nigga. I don't know why he couldn't have called. Why Boots couldn't have called him, man, and asked him what the business behind it is. So now it's like, okay, well, this album ain't coming out now. Meanwhile, Clifford and already I keep on tiptoe tapping Tippy Ti. Tip came out and said, well, this gonna be my last album, King did whatever. It's a convenient title. I guess you want to change because at this point you change your clothes. You got a new generation. And shout out to I see you trying to get this baby girl in the business and blah blah blah. I guess it's time to sit back and be I guess you I don't want to say he can. Well, I guess it's time to sit back and be and assume the boss role. Like, not to say that he wasn't a boss in his own right in his own situation already, but I guess he's going to sit back and be more reserved and and step away from the music field. I hope that he's not banking all his chips on comedy because I don't think he's doing too well in comedy. Nevertheless, man, Boosie, why didn't you call the man? So the fact that you ain't called the man kind of sort of makes me believe that the shit is capped. You know what I'm saying? So now you say that me and him, we finished the joint album, but I ain't gonna put the joint album out because I stand on the fact that snitches is this and the third. Y'all can get together to make songs for an album. So once again, y'all get together to make songs for a whole joint album. But you just found out from Mr. Vlad, the white folks, that your brother, the father of your son's cousins that was gonna jump on Charles the White. uh, you found out he a snitch, so now you want to cut ties with him. Ain't y'all known each other for years? Don't y'all live in the same city? Really, as a matter of fact, you could have been saying, "Well, Vlad, hold up, let me get back with my guy before I give you that type of answer." Maybe he could have been like, well, maybe he was bullshitting, because in my mind, I also asked, why come out with the shit now? We always wondered, you know, used to be a felon and you got a closet full of guns and you going to buy illegal guns, how you can just get off with a year and a day. But T.I. said, y'all ain't got no paperwork. I got my paperwork. Listen, when you got a situation with a high profile artist such as this, and we know that that our government, we know that law enforcement has a certain way of doing things that may not necessarily be always all the time proper. Who's to say that they made the damn paperwork disappear? If they need for you to be an agent for them, Mr. Tipper, Mr. Tipster, Mr. Toe Tappin, Mr. T.I., Mr. Tip, if they needed for you to be an agent, you right in the middle of summer. You done songs with Young Thug, you done songs with a bunch of these cats that kind of got one toe into the underworld. Meanwhile, they trying to play the role of rapper. So if they need for you to be an agent, they ain't gonna necessarily let your paperwork come out. They ain't gonna let your shit come out redacted. Like them government files. Like I guess like them presidential papers they find and con Master Biden and Mean Master Trump and the governor, so the former vice president's house. All that information is redacted on that paperwork. But I wanted to come on and just ask that question. I don't know if Boosie gonna hear. Like I say, I'm just a small YouTuber and I talk my shit because I got the right to talk about as if I want to talk. I just wanted to know. Instead of putting on this big performance where you and you saying shit and T.I. responding with love notes, it looks to me like it's like y'all starting to follow the Rat Williams playbook where y'all turning y'all rapidly really revealing the fact that y'all really are characters out here putting on the show. And there ain't nothing wrong with the show. But let the show be known. You got how y'all say y'all got civilians up here upholding the code of snitching. They be upholding the code of no snitching. I think it's cap. Leak the album then. Boosie, if you don't give a fuck about the album, leak that bitch. That's all I'm saying. Nevertheless, nigga nation or nothing, I'll holler.